Hello. Today I want to review the movie Priscilla, written and produced by Sofia Coppola, Francis Ford Coppola's daughter, in 2023. This movie, this movie, I really enjoyed it personally. But the thing about Sofia Coppola's work in general is that it is very, where's my angle? It is very aesthetics based. A lot, if not all, of her movies are based purely around aesthetics. And another thing that she does very well with is young girls, as much as odd as that might sound. She does very well with portraying girlhood and a girl's teenage and young adult years. And I think she kind of went out of her line with this movie. With Priscilla, I feel like she should have stayed in what she knew she was good at instead of trying to broaden her horizons, because Sofia Coppola is a nepotism baby. Her father is Francis Ford Coppola, the director and producer of the Godfather movies, one of the probably greatest directors and producers of all time. I mean, she was in half of his movies, but she knows she's a nepotism baby, and I feel because of that, she should have known to stick in her lane of filmmaking. But with Priscilla, she really tried to broaden her horizons with not only focusing on Priscilla's girlhood and her young adult years, but also branching into her adult years and her having children and her marriage, which Priscilla the movie is mostly based around Priscilla Presley and her relationship with Elvis. But the better half of the movie, which in my opinion, is really her young adult years, that blossoming love, the girlhood, the pretty dresses. That's what Sofia Coppola does best. It's the same with Marie Antoinette. So, Priscilla is a very Marie Antoinette-esque movie. If you've not seen that movie, it's one of my favorites. It centers around Marie Antoinette and her young life and her coming into the French court, and it is very based around the aesthetics of Regency France. And I feel like she really tried to do something she didn't know how to do with Priscilla. None of this is to say that I didn't love the movie. I thought it was a great movie, but I feel like Sophia tried to outdo herself with the later part of the movie. When she began to focus on Priscilla's their child Lisa Marie, and when she began to focus on the feelings of disparity, is that even a word, that Priscilla was having when Elvis was out partying, out performing, when she began to lose love, I didn't particularly enjoy it. I didn't feel like it was very well done. While in comparison, the first half of the movie I thought was beautiful. I thought it was great when it's showing new loves, and it really highlights the loneliness of being a woman. Because Priscilla Presley, she's living in Graceland without Elvis even there, even though he's the whole reason that she moved there. Living in Graceland, his home, without him. And she's just being taken care of by his grandma and his father. So it truly highlights the loneliness and the sadness of being a teenage girl. Like, it truly does. It shows what it is like and how lonely it is to go through such a hard relationship and have such a terrible emotionally traumatic relationship at such a young age. I feel like that was portrayed absolutely perfectly. But the second half just did not do it for me. And alongside what I said with Sofia Coppola playing very much mostly into aesthetics of her movies, I feel as though it lacked essence and it lacked depth in the second half. Because it really a lot of the movie, all of her movies are focused mainly on aesthetics. And that makes you feel like there's nothing else to it. It really makes it seem like we're just looking at a pretty girl wearing pretty clothes. But I found it hard to be able to decipher a true meaning here. And it's not that I wouldn't say that another director should have taken up the movie. I felt like she did a pretty fine job, but I think she should have stayed in her realm of possibilities that she knew that she was good at, instead of trying to branch out into different little subcategories. I really don't think that was needed. But all of this is not to say that the movie wasn't good. I personally enjoyed the movie. I mean, I already said before that I love Sofia Coppola. I love Sofia Coppola personally, but a lot of people probably wouldn't find her things too entertaining because not a lot of things happen throughout most of her movies. It's like The Virgin Suicides, which is just a movie about five sisters just trapped in their home. Just trapped in their home at the will of their parents. Not a lot happens throughout these movies, and you have to really try and dig deep to find any hidden meaning under all of the pretty colors and the nice lighting. But she does a great job at girlhood. And this is all to say that while I did love the movie, it could have been done better. The second half specifically could have been done better. Would I recommend it? Yes. I would recommend it to a certain person. I'd recommend it to someone who I know personally and who I believe would enjoy the movie from personal experience with this person I'm recommending it to. But to a lot, it could be just simply boring. Very boring. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really see the appeal of the movie until probably my third watch. I've watched it several times now. I saw it in theaters last October, and I didn't love it then. And it took a few different watches to be able to really enjoy it and be able to truly digest the movie and take in the meaning of the movie. But that's why I say I wouldn't recommend it to just anyone. It would have to be a very certain person. I loved the movie, but it could all have been so much better, in my personal, humble opinion.